Friends, today I want to go over this very simple masculine and feminine formula that you must understand. A masculine attracts a feminine, and a feminine attracts a masculine. So, for example, a masculine man who is a goal-oriented, success-oriented, makes money, has a career, he will attract a feminine woman that he will provide and protect. But if you are a masculine woman, guess who you're gonna attract? Yes, you're gonna attract a feminine man who will not be a success, a goal-oriented, career-oriented. And so no matter how much you're gonna complain and push him to go to work to make money, he won't, because he's a feminine man, because he sees that you are provider and protector. You are a masculine woman in a masculine energy. And so the only way you can make your man masculine is by you shifting to femininity. And in the femininity, you are not goal-oriented, success-oriented, and motivated by making more money and becoming independent. The only way you can make your man masculine is by you shifting to femininity. And in the femininity, you are not goal-oriented, success-oriented, and motivated by making more money and becoming independent. What you value is relationship to yourself, to your children, to your man. And feminine woman is loving, compassionate, kind, gentle. And then your man, even if he's feminine man, he's gonna start becoming a masculine man. So please understand this formula. There's nothing you can do to change it. Some of you think that you can be both feminine and masculine. Yes, we have both masculine and feminine energy in us. But for a woman, if she has 10 to 20% masculine energy, it's okay. But right now, most women have 90% of masculine energy and only 10% feminine energy. And with that, you can attract only a feminine man. Plus and plus. Feminine and feminine will not work together. Masculine and masculine will not work together. But only a minus with plus, like in a battery. Feminine and masculine works together in harmony. If you're masculine and your man is masculine, you're gonna fight. If you're feminine and he is feminine, that means both of you are not motivated to make money and pay bills. And how will you make it in life? You won't be able to. So we need a harmonious relationship. And harmonious relationship is you, woman, being feminine, gentle, kind, compassionate, and the man being provider, leader, and protector, making money and providing for you and children. Because a lot of women say, who needs me? I have 4 kids. Yes, it's more difficult for you because maybe you have 2 or 3 children. You're not obviously 20 years old, maybe you're in your 30s or 40s, but it doesn't matter because right now, being feminine, it's rare as finding an elephant in Africa because they're going extinct. Every 15 minutes, elephants get killed. I don't know how else to compare. Or seeing a Ferrari on a highway. We typically don't see Ferraris every day unless you live in Miami or Manhattan or somewhere. And so if you're a feminine woman, it doesn't matter. Even if you have children, even if you're aged, even if you have scars, you are a rare jewel. So either join my feminine spiritual program that I lead every other Wednesday, or watch my videos and start doing the daily practices. Because as you're going to shed off this layer of a victimness, of masculine energy, that things that didn't work out, that you distrust men, that they did something wrong to you, that you hurt, and etc., you're going to become more and more feminine and kind and compassionate, and men gravitating towards that. So rather than just looking and hoping to find somebody, start working on yourself. That's how eventually create a sense of your man. You don't even have to go to restaurants, bars, and gym to look for them. God will find a way to help you to find a right man. What are some good questions to ask during dating phase to better know each other long distance? Friends, I don't believe in long distance. So I will not give you any questions because a long distance, it's a fantasy that the things could work in a relationship. But if you really want to be in a relationship, you can find somebody 5, 10, 20, 30 miles away, but 50 miles away, but not somewhere in New York, South Africa, Europe, Latin America, etc. And then even if you fly to see each other every weekend, it's still not a relationship, because you got to see each other. How is he doing during the week? How is she doing during the week? You got to really connect and see how he's treating his parents, his friends. Who are his friends? How he's treating waiters? What kind of movies he likes? What kind of music he likes? Is he playing a video games during the week? You don't know any of these things if you're doing the long distance. So I will not recommend long distance. That's all I can say. But I wish you luck if you choose to stay. What are the spiritual practices? My friends, if you go onto my YouTube, Alisa Abdullaeva YouTube channel, I have playlist for relationships, for confidence. I have a spiritual playlist, which I highly recommend. And there I share how to do mantra, how to do prayer, how to do meditation. And there you can even go by my guided meditation, learn, and you can choose. But I give you so many options, just you need to go and start doing it. So there's all kinds of spiritual practices, and you got to follow your gut feeling. I would highly recommend starting with just affirmation, and then you can advance to either meditation or prayer, whatever works for you. Great question. So let's see. Men don't respect, that's why I'm happy and single. Men don't respect a masculine woman who is battling him, who is competing with him, because I don't have men in my life who disrespect me. Whether it's my husband, whether it's his friends, whether I go outside, you just need to learn. It's an art how to talk to a man so he can respect you. And so it's an excuse that a woman, I'd rather be single. I can make my own money and be independent. No, this is resignation and a lack of education and understanding how to be with a man, how to treat a man. And so right now you just lack knowledge. And if you learn, men will respect you and they will treat you the way you want them. But you need to understand their nature. They're not like us. Other spiritual practices in your program. You see, on Wednesdays when we meet, we do first yoga, then we do spiritual practices, and then we go into the lecture where I either cover a topic, how to date, how to be in a relationship, how a man should treat a woman, how a woman should treat a man, how to make a marriage or relationship work or a family dynamic, and etc. So in my YouTube channel, you'll see plenty of spiritual practices. And if you join on Wednesday program, absolutely you will see how to do it. And I highly recommend, because you'll be with other feminine women who are growing spiritually and in their feminine energy. And I have people from Kenya, Netherlands, UK, New Jersey, New York, Colorado, Atlanta, from all over the world. So you can join if you'd like. And if you'd like to join, find me on Instagram, because it will be the easiest way for me to talk to you and tell you all about it. My man doesn't prioritize me. How can that change? Reason why men make a priority towards a woman, because let's say that this is you and your man. When we get too close and too comfortable, men get bored with women. So even if you're in a relationship or if you're married, you gotta always have a little distance. That means you have your own life, your own interest. You have girlfriends, you have yoga or Pilates or dancing classes or something. You're not spending every day on a couch sitting with your man. You have your life. And when you get this close, it's too boring. This is the quickest way for me to explain this to you. The second reason is, maybe you have high expectations from him. Maybe you want him to take you every day to restaurants or the movies. And if he does this, he doesn't see that he gets anything in return that he wants to, because man wants to feel appreciated, acknowledged. He wants to feel proud. And when he does feel this way and respected, and when he feels respected, acknowledged, and appreciated, he wants to do more. He wants to take you to a restaurant, to a movie, to a concert, and make you a priority. But if you don't do that, he's like, I took her to a movie, I took her to a concert, and she's just like, nothing in return. And he loses his motivation. Yeah, thank you for the heart. I have 6 and I found 1. You see, I bet you're saying you have 6 kids and you had 1. Yes, you see, that's wonderful. So proud of you. That says a lot about you. That's depressing, lol. Poor elephants. Yes, that's why, by the way, why I traveled to Kenya. I used to build wells there, had my own nonprofit organization, and now I really want to impact bringing the education to children and also help the wildlife, because in a few years, elephants will be all killed. They will be gone. They will be extinct because they give birth every 8 years and they get killed every 15 minutes. Do the math. In a year or two, especially African elephants, lions, cheetahs, all of the animals will be gone. It's really sad, my friends. And we're talking about we cannot even figure out how to make a relationship between a man and a woman work. Do you see how lost we are as a society? We're taught everything except the most important thing, how to be happy in a family unit, how to live in harmony with each other. And instead we're all focused on money and work. So we should focus on ourselves and growing spiritually. Yes, my friends, when we're growing spiritually, what happens? You make a difference with yourself first. Then you start making a difference with your husband. Then you start making difference with your kids. So your family starts to transform. And then people around you start to see why they're so happy. What's going on with them? And you start sharing. And you get under your wing your girlfriends or your friends. You start sharing and they want happiness. We all want happiness. But for the happiness, we need to have a discipline. We think we're entitled to have happiness just because we're born. But my friends, we're carrying so much karma, so many bad deeds, and we have to answer for them. And our main duty to understand why we're here, what is our purpose, what is our meaning in life. And we can do that only through spiritual knowledge, connecting to higher power and God Himself. And when we do that, we start to live a happy life. A woman starts to understand that her duty is mainly to be a wife and a mother and to have a happiness at home. As you remember this triangle, right? Her duty is at home with her man, and her man is moving forward, bringing the bacon home, providing and protecting. But we're not living like that in a modern society. All our roles are backwards, and a lot of women actually expecting a man to help with kids, to do cooking and cleaning. But my friends, if a man gonna cook and clean, why does he need you? But because I'm working. Well, you shouldn't be working. Or if you're working, maybe a little bit, part-time. And not because you gotta help him, but because you really want to make a difference. And if you're helping man to pay a mortgage, you're not trusting him that he is a leader and that he can provide and protect. You're just seeing him as oh, poor man, he's weak. He cannot make enough income. And if you're viewing him like that, he will be a weak man who cannot provide and who cannot protect. Yeah. What if you don't feel aligned with your current partner? My friends, you see, and I explained that in the program, and I will share that again. Love consists of 4 stages. The first one is the physical, when you have the sexual desire towards men. The second stage is emotional, when you're starting to connect to the feelings and love. Then you have intellectual, and then you have spiritual. In order to feel love towards the partner, you got to experience all 4: physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. But do you know that the spiritual connection in the relationship, marriage, happens after 5 and even 10 years? If the both people are really awakened spiritually and they now connect not just on interesting topic to talk, just a good sex or love, let's watch a movie, it's good to hug each other. They're connected on the spiritual level. And so each relationship goes through a roller coaster like that. It never goes flat. Sometimes you have a really good stages, sometimes you go down, sometimes you go up and down. When you go down, that means really higher power wants us to connect to Him, to go back up. But here what happens? He doesn't love me, he doesn't buy me flowers, he doesn't take me to vacation, he doesn't pay for bills. Divorce. Instead of working through and going up. And so a relationship will never stay high here. It only stays here for 7 months when you're attracted sexually. And then it goes down, really down, and then it goes up, and it continues go up and down. And again, without spiritual relationship, we're relying on ourselves and seeking happiness. Well, a better man will be out there, like a grass is greener on the other side. But it's not. Every man have the same nature. Every woman has the same nature. Men are typically rational, logical, but they're also stubborn sometimes, or argumentative, or some of have a little bit addiction here or addiction there. Nobody's perfect. All women are naturally supposed to be. Compassionate, loving, humble, loyal, feminine. But do we see women like that? No. And therefore the balance is not there anymore. And so we women have to restore this balance. And when we're feminine, loving, humble, compassionate, we're bringing this balance, and we can make a relationship work. And so will we ever be aligned fully all the time with our husbands and boyfriends? No, we're not. During the COVID, my husband and I were going head to head for 4 months, and I was thinking, oh my God, how are we gonna survive? Because we were in discuss stage, and discuss stage could stay for a year, 2, 3, 5 years until you overcome that. And I knew we're on the stage, and I was just surviving one day at a time, one day at a time. But if you don't know that this is just a stage, and you got to put more effort and more time and energy into spiritual practices, you're gonna go through divorce like everybody else. 60% of the divorce rate and 80% of the relationship fail, and you're just gonna be ordinary like anybody else. So hope that answers.